right? So the first step is to be real. You've probably heard it used in so many contexts, right? Be real, be real, be real, be yourself. Well, I like to give you my perspective. Yes, it's good to have a lot of perspectives on a particular issue. That way, you're well informed about the decision you make. So, yeah, you could listen to this local champion's definition of what it means to be real. Hopefully, it makes sense to you because it makes sense to me. So, be real is real is not scripted. That's one way I can take this. Real is not scripted. Like this right now, it's not scripted, right? It's coming from here and here, here and here, here. So to me, real means being unapologetic. And what that means is if you genuinely feel like, yo, I just want to walk up to this person and say, Charlie, I really like the way you look. Can you tell me more, like more about yourself? I feel like dressing is not the only thing you do well. I want to know other things that you do well. I'm just curious. That's it. That's how you feel. But you may then refine it, polish it, shape it. And at the end of the day, you walk up to the person and say something so scripted that the person just doesn't feel comfortable engaging in a conversation with you, because as humans we feel it when the conversation is not natural. So maybe instead of saying what I said earlier, you may walk up to the person and be like, hello, nice shirt, I wonder where you got it from. Would you like to tell me a little bit more about where you got this shirt from? Your tone, your facial expression, your mannerisms, everything may put the person off. But if you go in raw and just yourself, there's a high chance that you may actually accomplish what you set out to accomplish, right? So that's one key. And I'd like to take you to Quora and read the first paragraph of what this lady called Niharika Mondal wrote. It's really nice. It says, people are beautiful. Every person we meet has an inexplicable need for interaction and company. No matter how introverted or extroverted the person is, they love it when people remember the small things about them. So, to encourage others to interact more, ask them questions about themselves. So, I'll stop there. You can scan through, some of you fast readers can scan through, you can pause and continue if you want. But I agree, people really are beautiful. And as her profile says, every person has a story to tell. And you didn't need to see her profile to know this. You know this intrinsically, deep within. You realize this. Most times we are afraid to approach people because of this whole scamming, what do you call it, environment that we are in. We are afraid that someone may, you know, use the what do you call it, the opportunity you have given them as a stepping stool to defraud you or rob you, gain your trust, only to abuse it in the future, right? That threat does exist. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't extend that opportunity to people. Everything we do in life is a risk. Walking in itself is a risk. You may trip, you may slip and fall. How can you know for sure you won't fall? Right? If you're afraid of falling, how can you ever walk? Right? So everything in itself is a risk. We are taking a risk. I'm taking a risk right now by uploading this. Everything is a risk, and you cannot calculate every risk. That's one reason why to be real means to be unapologetically authentic. Be yourself. That's it. That's how best I can put this. And that's one key way to network, right? So in a professional setting, yes, you may know of a professional, right? Someone who is very good at what he or she does, and you want to draw closer to that person, learn more from that person. Sometimes, sometimes we may tend to over prepare for our first meeting, and it will not come out naturally because you may hope or expect the person to make or give a response to a question that you have already prepared for, only to be shocked when the person says something that you didn't expect, gives an answer that you didn't expect. Now you're stuck and the conversation dies because the person, okay, I'm busy, can we continue this conversation later? And it goes away, right? Because you over prepared. So good, it's good to prepare, but don't over prepare, right? So if I see, and I have seen many professionals that I admired, maybe they just did something that people will think, this thing Abi is simple, but to me, yo, I've never seen this before, and suddenly I take a liking to the person. So what I do is I literally walk up to the person and I speak from the heart. I'm like, yo, bro, this thing you do, how you do it? Like, I really like it. Can you teach me? Like, it's so cool. That's one way. Another way is if the person hasn't really done anything, but I just see the person and I like the person. I walk up to the person and tell the person, bro, I don't know. You have not really done anything cool, but I just saw you, man, and I liked you. I liked you. No homo. I won't add that bit, of course not. It's a professional setting. I like to continue that sentence and say, well, I just saw you and I liked you. I mean, I feel there's a lot I can learn from you. So I don't know. Here I am, bro. Like I'm here. I'm here. And most times the person understands where you're coming from. It worked for me because the person smiled. In fact, he laughed and was like, "Hey, Charlie, so what make I do righty?" Right? He was all caught off guard. But once you get a smile, you are done. Or a laugh, you are done. You are in the right place. You are doing the right thing. Right? That doesn't mean you should always try to be goofy and aim for a smile. No, it may not always work that way. You may not always get a smile, but the person would definitely remember you for good reasons. So that's step one. Be real.